the United States, 18-year-olds are considered old enough to kill and die for our country, but not mature enough to be trusted with alcohol. According to the Law Dictionary, when you turn 18, you can vote, be drafted, apply for a credit card, buy a gun, get married, buy a house, adopt a child, and be charged in court as a full adult. The only things that you cannot do are drink alcohol, rent cars, and go to casinos. Men are required to sign up for selective service when they turn 18, meaning that they would not even be given a choice if the government told them they had to go to war. Sports editor Danny Hebby in the Ticker says, it doesn't make sense for the country to justify allowing people once they turn 18 to enroll in the military, put their lives on the line for others, or to enroll in college and enter insurmountable levels of student loan debt, but somehow argue that at 18 years old they are still too young to drink a beer. I fail to see the logic in the fact that you can die for this country and still be prohibited from going to a bar. I think that regardless of your age, you can agree that the law has its faults. However, lowering the drinking age is more complicated than saying, if I can go to war, I should be able to have a beer at the end of the day. In this speech, I will explain why the drinking age should be lowered to 18. Law should be changed because 18-year-olds are considered adults in every other way. Current drinking age actually encourages irresponsible behavior, and most countries have lower drinking ages, and the majority of people between 18 and 21 drink anyway. To be exact, 68% of people between the age of 18 and 21 drink alcohol regardless of the law, which is currently ineffective and not enforced well. Unfortunately, this leads many young adults to drink in shady and unregulated places such as a frat party. In this sort of unsupervised environment, bad decisions can easily be made, and there are no experienced figures to restrict the alcohol. In addition, the fact that alcohol is seen as taboo by young Americans causes them to feel a rush when participating in underage drinking, making it more appealing and exciting. Dr. Ruth C. Ames from Indiana University states that drinking by these youth is seen as enticing forbidden fruit, a badge of rebellion against authority, and a symbol of adulthood. This rush can lead to binge drinking, which increases the chance of alcohol poisoning. If the drinking age were lowered, these young adults could drink in safer environments where they would be restricted alcohol if necessary and would be less likely to make unwise decisions due to being in a controlled setting. In Mike King's article on the Index, he says, in fraternity houses and home parties, nobody will stop an 18-year-old from jumping behind the wheel. But in a restaurant or a bar, a more public scene, someone is more likely to hold a teen accountable. Dr. Ng suggests that responsible drinking could be taught through role modeling and educational programs. Most young adults are still largely connected with their parents and their family, giving the older adults a chance to educate their children on how to drink more responsibly outside of settings where they may be influenced by their peers. In 1987, the drinking age was first mandated across all of the states as 21 by President Ronald Reagan. Behaviors such as cutting class after drinking or grade slipping due to drinking increased significantly after the law was changed. Again, this was caused by underground drinking outside of controlled environments. In many European countries, children are taught to drink responsibly at an earlier age due to alcohol being neutral rather than taboo. Cultures that have fewer issues with the abuse of alcohol, such as Italians, Greeks, or the Chinese, see alcohol in the same way. Dr. Ng states that alcohol is neither seen as a poison or a magic potion. There is little or no social pressure to drink. Irresponsible behavior is never tolerated. Young people learn at home from their parents and from other adults how to handle alcohol in a responsible manner, and there is societal consensus on what constitutes as responsible. All of these countries and cultures have fewer issues with unsafe drinking because they take the time to educate their children on how to drink responsibly. This goes to show that learning from a parent or experienced figure rather than binge drinking at a frat house illegally makes all the difference. The fact that young Americans are not how to drink responsibly is reflected nationally. For example, we have more drunk driving accidents than most countries. According to the International Alliance for Responsible Drinking, the United States is only one of a dozen countries in which the drinking age is at least 21. Despite this, the U.S. has a much higher amount of drunk driving accidents compared to many countries with lower ages. 31% of car accidents in the U.S. are currently caused by intoxicated drivers. In Germany, the age is 16, and in Russia, the age is 18. Both countries see a rate of only 9% of accidents caused by drunk drivers. Since the drinking age is not the issue in this situation, the government would do well to be stricter about drunk driving rather than insist the drinking age stay at 21. In fact, the current legal blood alcohol content in the US to drive is 0.8%. A chart by the Center of Wellness and Health Promotion states that with the 0.8 blood alcohol content, you have impaired vision, speech, balance, reaction time, hearing, judgment, and self-control. At 0.7%, you will have impaired judgment, lowered alertness, exaggerated behavior, and euphoria. Just that small difference would prevent many accidents from happening. If this country spent more time educating people on how to behave when drinking, I believe that the amount of drunk driving accidents could be reduced drastically. Now that I've explained my reasoning, I hope you can see the benefits in changing the law. Responsible drinking in safe places would be taught, the amount of alcohol-driven bad decisions would decrease, and 18-year-olds could legally enjoy the full extent of adulthood. Thank you.